everyone and welcome to this video. If you're new here, hi, my name's Louise, and if you are returning, hello and welcome back. Today I have some very Christmassy things in store for you, so please do grab a drink or a little Christmas snack, come back, sit and relax, and let's go on this little Christmas journey together. I thought we'd start this video off with a little bit of Christmas cooking, and today we are going to make stewed apples and pears. I have never made this dish before in my life, and I don't know what possessed me to make it because honestly I have no idea what it tastes like, but I suddenly got in the mood to try and mix some pears, some apples and some cinnamon together to make some sort of sweet Christmassy treat. And I'm really glad I did in the end because wow, it tastes so delicious. So if you are looking for a little Christmas dessert or a little Christmas snack even, please give this recipe a try. It is so simple and quick to make and so delicious. As you can see, I'm starting out with peeling my apples and my pears. In this recipe, I used 2 apples and 1 pear. If you don't like pear, you don't have to use pear. If you don't like apple, you don't have to use apple. This amount of fruit should yield you about 1 cup of stewed fruit by the end. Make sure you wash those hands after you peel your fruit, particularly the pear. It does get very slippery. Next we're going to cut up the fruit into just some rough pieces. There's no need to be neat or delicate in this situation. We just need to cut the fruit up so that way it can reduce in the pot when we start cooking. Please bear in mind though, if you are making this dish, that bigger pieces will take a longer time to reduce. I absolutely love cooking. It's one of my favorite activities to do. I just wish that my ADHD brain would allow me the strength and the motivation to cook more often. But like with most things in life, you don't realize how much you're going to enjoy something until you're actually doing it. So if you are feeling like there are barriers to things that you really enjoy, like a lack of motivation, or you don't have the energy, or you're feeling depressed or anxious or just not up to it, just try. Just give it a little bit of a go and see how you feel doing it. And if you're still feeling that sort of negative association with it, then stop and try it again another day. But you never know what will happen. Your outlook might change. Next, it's time to add your vegetables to... Vegetables? No, they're fruit. Add your fruit to the pot. I've got it on a medium heat. It's not quite hot at the moment, so when I put these apples and pear pieces into the pot, it's not going to sizzle. I'm going to let it gently heat up the fruit that I've added. Then I'm just adding some maple syrup to taste. I didn't really measure how much I used. Following that, I added a tablespoon of water. I would actually advise that you do not add this if you want it to be a thick sauce because the pear is quite juicy. So if you are just using apples, perhaps put the teaspoon or a tablespoon of water in there and see how it goes. But if you've got pears and it's a juicy pear, you definitely won't need the water because there's enough liquid in there already, especially if you want the sauce to be thick, like I said at the start. Then I'm just adding some cinnamon sugar. You can also just add cinnamon, or you can add cinnamon and sugar, whatever you have on hand. I did not experiment with brown sugar, but perhaps the brown sugar would make this really delicious. But as you can see here, we are in for a nice Christmassy treat with those apples and pears coated in cinnamon. The next step is to cook your apples and pears in the sauce until they have reduced down and become not quite mushy, but soft enough. This usually takes around 10 to 15 minutes, again depending on the sizes of your cut pieces of fruit. I decided because it was Christmas that I would serve these stewed apples and pears with a little bit of custard. This custard is brandy flavored custard, but I mean it would go well with any other flavored custard. And when you aren't in the Christmas season, there's no reason why you can't use these stewed apples as a garnish for, say, your oatmeal or your porridge or your cereal or whatever it is you like to eat at breakfast time. And the last step of all is for you to sit back and enjoy the delicious meal that you made for yourself. During the week after work, I headed up to my parents' house to see my sisters, my mum and my dad and my little niece to decorate the family tree. Normally we have a colour theme for our tree. Mum usually sets it earlier on in November so we can go out and get special decorations that suit that colour theme. But this year, because we had a little baby walking around the house, we decided just to go ham and use whatever colours we had already collected over the previous years, because we knew that a certain little someone might be going up to the tree and removing decorations just for fun. We placed all the delicate Christmas ornaments that we have collected over the years from our various trips overseas up the top of the tree, as well as wrapped the Christmas lights up the very top half of the tree out of reach of little hands, just for safety purposes. She's actually been pretty good and hasn't gone up and played with the tree or anything. She's still a little bit unsure of what it is and what's going on and why we're doing all of this sort of thing. It's only her second Christmas though, so over time she'll come to understand how special this time of year is and how much we do cherish the time together with our family. As I said earlier, we do have some special ornaments that we like to put on the Christmas tree that we've collected over the years. These are from previous trips that we've gone to overseas and we wanted to remember those special times, but they also are ones that represent different elements and different aspects of ourselves and also different aspects of our family. And I just find it's a really beautiful way to personalize the Christmas tree. And this year, instead of topping the tree with a traditional star, we went with a beautiful golden angel. My mum's incredible. She puts up with me and my sister's nonsense all the time and allows us to do these sorts of things and looks after us really well. She made us a delicious spaghetti bolognese for dinner.
Sit down. Put your foot through.
Yeah. Dinner?
Santa.
Oh, it's a snowman.
Snowman.
Do you want to build a
Want
snowman?
dinner? Have a drinky. Where's his bit?
Yes.
Oh, Merry
yeah.
Christmas, family.
Merry Christmas.
Do you want to choose your bottle?
Cheers. Bad luck with water.
Merry Christmas.
Ding,
We can
ding.
give us some wine if you want.
It's not 8 yet.
Oh, is that when you can...
Oh, isn't that when we had wine?
Later on in the week, I decided to do a little bit of Christmas gift wrapping. I had already gotten most of my Christmas gifts during November, which is very unlike me. I'm not organized usually, but this year I seem to be on top of things, which is fantastic. I only have a few more Christmas presents to buy for a few people, but other than that, we are set and ready to go for Christmas Day. We bought this massive roll of gold Christmas paper from Costco a few years ago, and it's actually gotten us through a few Christmases now. I think this is the third Christmas that we've used this wrapping paper, and I just think it's gorgeous. You can't really see it on the film here, but there are subtle little decals in that gold side of the Christmas wrapping, and then as you saw on the inside, it's got that beautiful Christmas plaid that just looks so incredible. It's so nice and Christmassy both on the outside and the inside, and if you wanted to, because it is double-sided, you could wrap it in the plaid. It is a magical moment though when you are unwrapping your gift and you see that the inside isn't just plain white, it's got this beautiful pattern on it. And it could work either way, honestly. Unwrapping the plaid and seeing the gold, or unwrapping the gold and seeing the plaid. Wrapping is simultaneously both my favorite part of Christmas and also my non-favorite part of Christmas because I am a hot mess. Unless I have someone there to help me hold the paper in place, my wrapping is quite wonky, but it all contributes to the crafty, homey, loving aesthetic. The way presents work in our family is that we try and make a list of things that we want throughout the year, things that will be helpful to us in life. I'm talking like a pair of pajamas or some facial scrub or something that's kind of pricey and up there that we wouldn't necessarily buy for ourselves and would really love to receive as a gift. I did ask for an air fryer this Christmas, so we'll see what happens. But I do find that the lists just take the pressure off guessing what someone might like and also assist the other person in getting the things that it is that they need but cannot necessarily spend the money on for that year. But that's not necessarily how everyone does Christmas, so please comment down below and let me know how you purchase your gifts for your family. Do you do a Kris Kringle? Do you make a list? Or do you just know your family members so well that you can go out and buy something you know they'll love? And that brings us to the end of this Christmassy filled video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you stopping by and having a look and enjoying all these Christmas related content. Please make sure you like and subscribe and follow and share and do all those beautiful things. And have a fantastic and Merry Christmas. See you in the next video.